Hey there, and welcome to this explainer. Look, if you own a home anywhere near the Georgia coast, you absolutely need to hear this. We're going to dive deep into why the breathtaking coastal environment of Brunswick and the Golden Isles, with those beautiful salt marshes and constant ocean breezes, is actually a really relentless adversary for your property. But more importantly, we are going to break down exactly how you can defend your coastal legacy. Think of us as your specialized guide today. We're going to cover 5 key areas: the silent coastal predator, spotting invisible roof damage, the inland standard fallacy, specialized coastal roofing materials, and finally, insurance advocacy and restoration. Okay, so let's jump right in. I want you to ask yourself a pretty crucial question. Is your coastal home under attack right now? Because honestly, while you might be glued to the Weather Channel waiting for the next named hurricane to hit the coast, a much quieter, way more consistent threat is actually attacking your home's exterior every single day, literally, even when the skies are perfectly blue. That brings us to Section 1, the silent coastal predator, the unseen forces destroying your roof. So, what is this invisible threat? Well, the actual chemical breakdown of your roof is driven by a process called salt air desiccation. Here's how it works. That amazing ocean breeze we all love, it carries microscopic salt crystals that settle right onto your roof. And those crystals aggressively leach and dry out the essential bitumen oils hidden inside your asphalt shingles. This desiccation completely strips away the shingles' flexibility. So instead of having this durable, flexible shield over your head, your shingles become glass-like. They get super fragile and brittle, basically setting them up to fail way before their manufacturer-rated lifespan is actually up. And unfortunately, it doesn't just stop at the salt. When you combine that caustic salt air with humidity levels that frequently top 90% down here in coastal Georgia, you create this incredibly high-pressure, downright hostile environment. That dense moisture literally gets into everything, accelerating the destruction of your standard building materials and setting up the perfect stage for rot. Now take all of that and throw in the heat. The intense Georgia sun heats up all that trapped humidity and moisture sitting inside your roof. As it heats up, it expands into vapor, forcibly pushing your shingle layers apart. Then the sun goes down, it cools off at night, and everything contracts again. This relentless, everyday cycle of expanding and contracting is what experts call extreme thermal cycling. Combine that with the salt crystals, and you get what's known as the sandpaper effect. It is quite literally grinding down and destroying your roofing materials right from the inside out. Which leads into Section 2, spotting invisible roof damage. Don't wait for a leak. There's a really sharp contrast here that every single coastal homeowner has to understand. Visible damage is obvious, right? That's a suddenly missing shingle or waking up to a giant water stain on your living room ceiling. But invisible damage? That's the slow chemical breakdown we were just talking about. It is actively compromising your roof's waterproofing at a microscopic molecular level. Honestly, from your driveway, your roof might look totally perfectly fine, but up close, it could be completely failing. So the real trick is knowing what to actually look for. There are 5 telltale signs: missing or lifted shingles that end up acting like little sails in the wind, bruised or cracked shingles from hail impacts, granule loss, which are those weird bald spots where the protective armor has just washed away, leaks, and compromised flashing. But here's the catch. You simply cannot see most of these hidden vulnerabilities from the ground. That's exactly why specialized experts use high-definition drones to zoom in and spot these exact issues before they have the chance to turn into a total catastrophe. Moving on to Section 3, the inland standard fallacy. Why typical roofs fail here. This is a massive misconception that costs people dearly. Look, standard contractor-grade roofs might work perfectly fine 50 miles inland over in Waycross or Valdosta. But in Brunswick or St. Simons, they are a massive liability. Using an inland standard out here on the coast is basically like bringing a butter knife to a sword fight. Defending a legacy property out here demands a coastal standard. That means specialized engineering intentionally built to survive high hurricane winds, 90% humidity, and extreme salt corrosion. If your contractor doesn't truly get this, you're honestly just throwing your money away. All right, Section 4, specialized coastal roofing materials. Your shield against the elements. To actually fight back against these specific coastal threats, we need highly tailored solutions. To beat salt air desiccation, we use high-grade metal roofing to completely resist corrosion. To handle that insane 90% humidity, we deploy shingles infused with Scotchgard to stop aggressive blue-green algae growth dead in its tracks. To fight off extreme thermal cycling, Brava synthetic materials are used because they manage internal pressure beautifully. And to defeat impact damage from flying storm debris, Class 4 impact-resistant shingles become the absolute minimum standard. Specialized local contractors, like Coastal Georgia Quality Roofs, use these specific high-performance grands to bridge the gap between heavy-duty durability and beautiful aesthetics. With premium options like Atlas Storemaster or Brava's synthetic slate, Spanish barrel tile, and cedar shake, you don't have to compromise. You can maintain the gorgeous luxury aesthetic of a St. Simon's estate while simultaneously locking in Category 4 storm protection. You get the incredible look of natural wood or clay, but with literally zero vulnerability to rot or salt. It's a total game changer.
Let's wrap up with Section 5, Insurance Advocacy and Restoration, Navigating the Claims Maze.
When you're hiring a contractor to do this work, making sure they are a certified, certaintied master shingle applicator is absolutely vital. And I promise you, this isn't just some fancy title they stick on a truck. In high-wind coastal zones, manufacturer warranties come with incredibly strict fine print. Without this very specific installation credential, your high-wind warranty could be completely voided the second the next major storm hits. You need someone who installs strictly by the book so that warranty actually protects you when it counts. And having a true advocate in your corner makes a world of difference. Just listen to what homeowner Lydia Hambrick had to say. She noted she was, quote, extremely satisfied with our beautiful new roof and even more impressed with this company. Firms that are backed by decades of local experience don't just nail down shingles. They act as your insurance advocates. They'll take that HD drone evidence we mentioned earlier, meet face-to-face with the insurance adjusters right on your property, and fight to ensure all that hidden microscopic damage is fully covered. To make this whole daunting process actually manageable, they simplify it into 5 easy macro phases. First, a thorough drone inspection. Second, a fully transparent estimate with flexible financing options. Third is that crucial insurance advocacy. Fourth is the precision installation itself. And fifth, which is my personal favorite, a magnetic cleanup. They literally sweep your entire yard with industrial magnets so you never ever have to worry about a stray rusted nail ending up in your car tire, or worse, your kid's foot. So I want to leave you with one final provocative thought. Is your home's first line of defense currently sitting up there as a silent victim of the salt air? Or is it genuinely engineered to withstand the next 50 years of coastal history? Seriously, don't wait for a water stain to ruin your ceiling to finally realize the silent predator has won. Protect your legacy before the next storm rolls in, whether that's by scheduling a drone inspection or consulting local experts like Coastal Georgia Quality Roofs. Thanks so much for joining us for this explainer.